All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Age of Empires. Today we're going to be looking at a little bit of a unique situation here. We're going to be spectating a random... this is ranked? No? You know, I don't actually know if this is ranked, but point is, it's a 3v3. I don't know any of these players, but we're going to go ahead and kick off with the introductions here. Let's start with the blue team over here, Kaltan playing as the Romans in the light blue. We've got I'm Joker playing as the Magyars in the green. We've got Corey in the dark blue playing as the Hindustanis. Honestly, a pretty good matchup here with these three civs. And then for team yellow, we have Rumo. Rumo's team. Rumo's playing as the Persians. We've got Durflo playing as the Turks. And over here in the red, Urdius playing as the Ethiopians. My favorite civilization. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this. Honestly, wow, I'm thinking of these matchups here, and Persians, Turks, Ethiopians. That's a pretty solid combination there. Now we're just going to be kind of looking through at each of these players as we go. I think most of them are around 1,000 elo. So these are pretty solid players. They're not pros, but they're pretty solid of your own. Honestly, probably on my skill level, I would expect, if this is ranked, that we're looking at here. We're just going to keep an eye on in their Dark Age, Feudal Age, you know, making sure we don't have any standouts. This is an auto match, so I don't know if these guys queued together or not, but yeah, I was going to kind of touch on this civilization combination here. So let's start with down here. Romans, Magyars, Hindustanis. Hindustanis are just solid. I'm not going to be able to remember all this stuff, so I'm going to have to pull up the Hindustani tech tree. Yeah, so cheaper villagers, really, really strong camels, and then good gunpowder late. They do get the Gulam, which is a really interesting unit. I believe it's an anti-archer, kind of like rushing infantry unit. And then they do get Imperial Camel Rider, which I didn't even realize was a thing as a unique unit. So they've got really strong economy. And then Magyars, obviously everyone knows they've got strong scouts that they, as they get that feudal forging upgrade. I don't mean to say feudal, as they get that forging upgrade for free on their scouts. So you can make scouts immediately and get them out and get some good damage as the Magyars, if you want to get that pressure out early. And then Kaltan here as the Romans. This is a pretty much all-around good civ. They've got really good villagers. They get doubled infantry armor upgrades. I believe they only get the first two. Yeah, they only get the first two, so they don't, it's not like they're getting heavy barding armor or whatever the last one is. And doubling it too, that'd be insane armor. But the most notable thing is that their scorpions are extremely strong. Really discounted scorpions. And then in Castle Age, they can unlock ballistas, which makes their scorpions fire faster, quite a bit faster. So I think this is a really strong combination from these three. It could get dangerous early, as the Magyar player could kind of put some pressure out early if he wanted to. And then Corey is going to be able to adapt to any cav coming from the others, or elephants, right? As the Persians are on the other team, with maybe Imperial Camel Rider late game. And then obviously Romans, Castle Age to late game are super strong with those really, really powerful scorpions. So we got some pretty powerful combination possibilities from these players. And a barracks out from Ori already. I'm going to say that's the only one on the field, and it is. So, don't know if that's just part of his build order or if that's going to be some early pressure. Keep an eye on the queues. He's going up to Feudal Age. Most everybody clicking up to Feudal Age pretty soon here, I believe. I need food. There we go. Yeah. So Kaltan and I'm Joker, no doubt gonna click up here any second. 10 minutes in. Pretty solid timing from everybody. And then over here on the red theme team, we're gonna start over here. Durflo, playing as the Turks. So the Turks also have strong early scouts, so they get innate pierce armor, I believe, on their scout line. And upgrades are free. Scout cavalry line upgrades free. I believe that just means they can get, they go straight up to, they go straight to light cav when they hit Castle Age without having to research the upgrade. They just get it for free. And then chemistry's free. Gunpowder technologies cost 50% less. Gunpowder units have more armor. Everyone knows Turks are an extremely strong gunpowder civilization. So I would expect late game to see gunpowder from them. They get mega range on bombard cannons late game. And then they have good cav archers as well with Sipahi. So, and gunpowder units train 25% faster. So Castle Age to Imperial Age Turks they're just extremely strong. Really hard to deal with if they can get to late game. Rumo in the yellow, as we said. Persians, we're pretty familiar with the Persians here. They get stronger town centers. They get the war elephants. They get... What else do they get? Caravanserai. Don't actually remember what Caravanserai do. But I do know that they get these wood archers, which I believe were just discounted. So recently, up until recently, when you get this, it was 60 wood per archer, I believe, and now it's 40 wood per archer. 40 to 50, I can't remember that, but it's they cost less if you go with Commanderon. So they've got the faster town centers. Probably the most notable upgrade for the Persians is they get fast town centers, really fast town centers, as you get into later game, and obviously more HP on those. So heavy economy here from the pocket player Rumo can be expected. I would think that he would definitely be putting some serious effort into his economy early game, especially as this is 4 lakes, so there's going to be fishing opportunities for all these players. This is 2 scouts out. Wait, how's that possible? He does have a stable. I thought he didn't. So 2 scouts out here from the Hindustani player. Keep an eye on that as we go through here. Archers out from red, who is the Ethiopians. Last review real quick. Ethiopians, honestly, we can sum it up with exactly what he's doing. They're really good at feudal archers. They're really good at Castle Age archers. They can fall off a little bit into late Imperial Age, but they do get a lot of good units, and their archers just fire fast. They already fire 18% faster. They have some good economy bumps when they're aging up. They get the Sotel Warrior, which is a really fast, squishy, but high damage infantry unit. Blue's trying to get a little bit of value here, but these bloomed villagers are taking care of the Hindustani scouts with ease. Man-at-arms from light blue. So this is Romans. And Castle Age is going to start coming in for some of these players. He's going to try to take down this market from red. That's actually going to be a pain for the Ethiopian player to deal with if he loses that market. Red's got archers everywhere right now. He's got some defensive. Put a little pressure on light blue. Gotta set him back a little bit. He's gonna see the stable from the Magyar player. Trying to keep an eye on everything going on here, so we don't lose anything, we don't miss anything. Light blue pinging this. And then men-at-arms in red's face, in his base. He does have his archer upgrades. And I believe this is the, yeah, so he does have, the Roman player, Altan, does have his armor upgrades. Red, able to get his archers into green's economy. It's just 2, and he's going to lose one to the town center, so this really is not going to cause that much of an issue. Green deciding to ring the town bell. Okay, gotcha. Understood. But the archers are going to get cleared up just fine, and that's not going to be a big problem at all. Red, honestly, under the most pressure of anybody in this game so far, but he does have archers to counter the men-at-arms, so he's got the right unit to deal with it. Blue, however, trying to put, okay, 2 forward archery ranges, probably for skirmishers to help deal with these archers. But these guys have a lot of pierce armor already with that Romans upgrade, so that could be a problem. And yep, as we saw, second TC, first coming in from yellow. So the Persians' town centers are just going to start cranking villagers out. We can expect this number to be higher than this number if that pocket player is doing his job. But he's also getting a little knights in here. So these guys do have the first upgrades. Blue scout trying to deal with some of red's economy, but yellow's going to get into green's base. Potentially find some damage here. He's definitely going to get 1 villager kill, likely 2 at least. If he sees these, that could be an issue as well. These are stone walls now from green, and blue decided to go ahead and palisade wall all of this area back here. But more importantly, that scout from blue, dark blue rather, finally goes down after getting 1, maybe 2 villager kills. Was not being paid enough attention to. Green knight gonna be out, but it's missing that armor, and it's missing the it's missing the armor. It's not missing the damage. He is Magyars. He's always gonna have that upgrade. The red's got crossbowmen. This is a lot to keep track of, but red's got crossbowmen. These are Ethiopian crossbowmen with bodkin and arrow. These guys are brutal, and if he can pick up chemistry, it's gonna be even better for him. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, so, no, sorry, not chemistry, ballistics. If you can pick up ballistics, these Ethiopian archers, plus thumb ring, absolutely nasty. 2 TCs for yellow, 2 TCs for pink. And now a second TC coming in for blue. As I say that, Turks player going to put up a third TC. So heavy boom here from the pink player. Durflo is going to try to go into heavy economy. And boom, which I think is a smart move as the rest of the map's being kind of handled. Some archer pressure from blue. Or he's going to try to put some pressure on Durflo there, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Not that many archers. And red, these are not elite skirmishers yet. Hasn't been clicked on yet from the Roman player, so Ethiopian archers still going to be able to do a lot of damage to that army. And then some siege coming in here from red as well. Okay, so 3 TCs from pink. This is interesting. I'm wondering if the only reason his... Yeah, I mean, he has the most villagers outside of the Persian player, which is to be expected. Take a look at idle town center time. Pretty solid throughout the entire fast here. 1 TC from red, and he's on still under 2 minutes of idle TC. So he's got a really strong villager count, even though he only has 1 town center. I would say the blue team down here, Kaltan's team, is gonna have to get a little bit more put into economy here if they're gonna want to have a chance for later in the game. This chainmail armor coming in here for the Romans player, however, it's going to give him a lot of pierce armor in Castle Age. That's +4 in Castle Age, so that's really early. These are strong archers, but +4 armor on those units is extremely heavy armor. Now, Blue crossbows, microing, taking out pink skirmishers. Okay, Durflo's got some issues here. It's not very many crossbowmen, but 5 can still be a problem when they're eliminating your wood lines. He's gonna have to migrate a little bit. That's pretty even so far. I mean, red, honestly, is under a lot of pressure, but he's handling it well. That may not be the case for a whole lot longer. Roman scorpions at that are now coming out. And a second town center going to go over here on this gold. That's a smart move from blue to kind of go ahead and spread out and get remote access to that remote gold. That might be unavailable later in the game. Thumb ring going to come in. Oh, this is Durflo. So Durflo's going to go ahead and pick up thumb ring. Going to help his skirmishers clean up these crossbowmen, no problem. Defensive castle here from blue. I think this is the right option. He's got a lot of pressure now. This is elite skirm. They've got their upgrades. And scorpions, Roman scorpions, but not going to be that much of an issue. After that castle goes up. It's going to protect a lot of his stone. This gold right next to each other is still going to be safe as blue's not pressuring that side, which is completely unwalled. Yellow, I'm just now seeing, has been walling all the way down here. And castle is up. And yellow's got 11 knights on the field. And as expected, massive villager lead over the other players. Okay, so siege battle here from the Romans and the Ethiopians. We're looking at Irdius and Calton. And he micro gets a little bit of a hit on his archers, but he's going to be able to come up and take out that siege. So the mangonel goes down. Playing well with his archers so far. Kind of trying to keep an eye on the rest of the field, but not a whole lot else is happening here. I mean, we got light cav from the Hindustani player starting to be mass. But this is going to be the third castle. It's going to make one castle each, defensive castle for each of these players. And that's going to be a serious problem for the rest of Calton's team to push. Rumo playing his pocket absolutely perfectly, honestly, in this position. He's doing this so well. He's already going up to the Imperial Age. We're 30 minutes into the game. So if we see Persian war elephants come out of this castle when he hits Imperial, I think, I mean, that could be absolutely brutal. Chain barding armor coming to come in. Blue taking a little bit of a fight against red here. So red's moving out with his archers. I mean, skirmishers and scorpion is not a good recipe to push with crossbowmen only. Red's gonna want to mix in some scouts. Ethiopians do get hussar. But red's gonna want to mix in some scouts. And it looks like we have our answer here. Probably not war elephants from Rumo. 3 barracks, 3 stables kind of come in. Looks like we're probably gonna see cavalier once Rumo hits Imperial Age. Blue is in Pink's base, but he's starting to make some janissaries, and that's gonna really be really capable of mopping up any of the little raids that Durflo is putting on his base. At this point, okay, I mean, I said earlier this number is going to be bigger than this number. It's not only because of Rumo, though. I mean, the Persian TCs are insane. He and the Roman player are the only guys fishing on this entire game. I'm absolutely wrong. There's 2 other players fishing as well, so just completely scratch what I just said. But yeah, Cavalier are going to come in. Did the Persians get Paladin? Oh, they get Savar. I forgot about that. So they get Savar. I would need to look at the stats to be able to compare them to Paladin very well. But that's an extremely strong unit. I mean, mega strong. I don't know what the stat line is compared exactly to Paladin. But it is very, very, very strong. So really well played here. 4 TCs from the Persian player. He's playing the Civ extremely well. Now a forward castle going to come up with the Savar help. They're Cavalier now, but I bet we can see the Savar upgrade going to come in soon. Showtells we saw earlier from Red. He's going to go ahead and pick up his armors just in case. Red did get... what's the ballistics? Red did get ballistics, so those archers are not going to miss. They're going to be really strong at that point. Does he have thumb ring? He does have thumb ring, so these guys are brutal. Okay, Ethiopian archers with thumb ring are a menace to society and everything else. Green, I mean, look, the score speaks for itself, to be honest. This is not the teammate that these guys are going to be wanting here. The skirmishers, I mean, good grief, they're going to get absolutely mauled by the Showtells with the crossbowmen to pack up the rest. And wow, Scorpion going to do a lot of damage against those Showtells, but they hurt so bad. That's 16 plus 1 damage on that little unit. And oh boy, Persian Cavalier are in Kaltan's team's eco. Kaltan's eco specifically got a ram behind it, and there is no defense here other than a tower. All of his army was up here, and it just got swept up by Iridius. I mean, we're probably gonna see a GG come out here pretty soon. Ori, the Hindustani player, I mean, he's got a pretty strong economy, but not a whole lot of military presence for the entire game, to be honest. Some crossbowmen up here earlier, and now some camels, but he's not really mass producing a whole lot. I'm Joker. I mean, I believe you can go Cav Archer. I believe the Magyar Cav Archers are extremely strong. They get Parthian tactics. I don't know why I can't find the unit I'm looking for, but archery ranges now from pink, probably for gunpowder. I prefer for hand cannoneer, as he's not massing very many Janissaries. And I mean, a defensive castle going to come up from blue, but at this point, Ori not looking too hot. His camels are over here, and it's an Ethiopian crossbowman plus, oh my goodness, they are almost Savar now. Plus Savar, almost Savar from the Persians with rams to help. Carlton just going to get walked over. I mean, honestly, this is pretty much the end for him. He's only on 2 TCs. That one doesn't exactly have a lot defending it. I am curious, though, if... do they know that's there? It doesn't look like they know that's there. Second defensive castle from blue. Okay, so he's not going to be able to just be walked over, if that even goes up. It does not look, though, that that's... It doesn't look like that's going to go up. I mean, light blue's base was just walked through. He's given up at this point. He literally has given up. I didn't even see that. So I'm Joker and Calton just going to go ahead and call the GGs. Corey putting up a valiant effort here, but absolute dominance, honestly, from Rumo playing as the pocket. Those fast Persian TCs able to get him so many villagers and boom so heavily without much pressure. Getting him to Savar. Imperial Age quick. Absolutely brutal. Corey really just trying to do his best to hold his own, but he's going to go ahead and call it. What a game. What a game. Dominance from this team up here. Dominance, early pressure out from the Ethiopians. Beautiful, beautiful pocket play from the Persians. And then the Turkish player, obviously, once they get to Castle Age and Imperial Age, it's just hard to deal with that at all. What a game.